This is ENN with Ed Neusbit.
Hello and welcome to ENN with Ed Neusbit. I'm Ed Neusbit. Today, unchecked checks, memorials, and a mysterious yellow creature returns. But we start with President Trump's campaign manager Brad Parscale, who unveiled their metaphor for 2020, and it's the Death Star. For nearly 3 years we have been building a juggernaut campaign Death Star, he tweeted. That's right. They're comparing the incumbent presidential campaign to the nefarious home base of a Nazi-like regime, bent on destroying all the good in the universe and responsible for the deaths of thousands of innocent people. What a rare, honest admission from the right-wing Nationalist Party. Sorry, that should read Republicans. Democrats should be grateful, however, since it takes away a lot of their work, calling Trump a dark, evil force, while Trump supporters can now openly celebrate that they're the xenophobic bad guys by storming houses of government, brandishing weapons, covered in masks, protesting the fact that they're being forced to wear masks. I believe they've already done that. Well, give each of these fine individuals a medal, a genius medal. And while you're at it, give them a morbidly obese lap of honor around the White House. Wait, I'm sorry, this just in. I believe they've already done that too. Perhaps that's the purpose of Trump's Space Force, sending all the red caps into space to live aboard a big floating ball of negativity. Evidently, none of them stayed to watch the end of the film where, spoiler alert, the Death Star explodes into a billion smithereens. Skywalker, if you're listening. Speaking of billions, White House press sec du jour, Kayleigh McEnany, proudly displayed a piece of paper on Friday, supposedly showing the $100,000 that Trump will be donating to the Department of Health and Human Services. Considering that Trump claims to be worth in excess of $10 billion, that's a measly 0.001% of his fortune. Put simply, if you were worth $100,000, I'm not, that'd be like you donating a buck. $1 single dollar. Of course, the only way to make that donation bigger would be to admit that you've been inflating your net worth and you're actually worth far, far less. So I'm sure that'll happen. No time soon. Now, with much of the public in lockdown, nature has started to creep back into cities, where a yellow creature long thought to be extinct has been sighted. The blurry shots are the only evidence of the gradual re-emergence of the lesser spotted taxi. Marvelous stuff. Moving on, and with Memorial Day around the corner, President Trump declared that all churches and houses of worship be opened immediately or face his wrath. When journalists questioned the sense of this in light of the pandemic, McEnany seemed to suggest that they were anti-religion. Well, Kayleigh, it's rather simple. Your boss said only a month ago that it was up to the governors to open their own states. Make up your mind. Is it or isn't it? Is it a hoax or isn't it? Should we wear masks or not? Why the flip-flopping? Is Trump trying to hit that magic 100,000 number by the close of the Memorial Day bell? I tell you, COVID. Should have taken my hydroxy this morning. Since Kayleigh likes asking questions more than answering them, even though that's her job, we're joined now by Dr. Anthony Fauci to explain. Dr. Fauci, tell us, is it safe to frolic like we're seeing on beaches all around the country?
Of course it's not safe, Ed. That's what I've been telling everybody for the last God knows how long. You know, people just don't listen. Why do you think I moved to Vegas and started my singing show, you know? It's my second act. I just didn't think it would be my closing act, but hey, if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, Ed.
I'm sorry?
I'm heading out for fun in the sun. It's like spring break out here, Ed. See you in God's waiting room. Alrighty, here we go.
Come on in, Doctor.
You can infect me anytime, ladies.
Oh, Fauci.
And finally, this Memorial Day weekend, let's take a moment to stop angrily complaining about manicures, haircuts, and eating out, and give a heartfelt thanks to our men and women in uniform who have died in the line of duty. And to the thousands who continue to selflessly risk their own lives while wearing masks, keeping us safe from threats foreign and domestic. protecting facilities, borders, building hospitals, manning testing facilities, and also protecting our duly appointed representatives from harm. We can disagree, we can be vocal about it, but ultimately, if we have any hope of rising above this disease, we must recognize that we are all in it, and it will take all of us, working across our racial, cultural, and political divides, together as one big dysfunctional American family, to defeat it. We can do this. So go out, but respect social distancing, and if you don't want a ticket to God's waiting room, please wear a mask. It's a tiny inconvenience that shows you give a shit. I'm Ed Neusbit. Happy Memorial Day.
And we're clear, Ed.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might take a dip myself, you know. Did you bring my swimming trunks by any chance? Jeremy? Jeremy?